Okay, I've got our Yukon 8P tent here, and I'm gonna run you through the setup on this tent. Now, just like all of our tents, this is a modified rectangular shape. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do with this tent is get the corners lined out. You're gonna stake them in the ground and try and get it as square as you can. You're gonna put the 2 poles in the middle. You're gonna do the doors, and then you're gonna do the long ends, and then you're gonna run around the perimeter and do the remaining guyout points. So let's get started on this point right here. And I've got, the other thing I forgot to mention is you've got these line locks and this adjustable paracord right here that can extend all the way out if you want to run it really tall. I typically do not do that. I like to run the paracord so the loop is about even with the tag end, and then put that over my stake. I'm going to push it with my foot, which you should not do unless you're professional. Okay. Grab another stake here. Pull this end out. Now this is really important. You want to, when you pull this end out, you don't want to get it tight like this. You kind of want to get it snug, but not too tight. And you kind of want to envision just a nice line between that stake and this stake. Kind of hold this end out because you can tell you want to pull, you want the tension to be running right up the seam here when this thing is guyed out. So if we get done and we need to make some adjustments, we can do that. It's about right. Very carefully pushing. Now pull this end over here. And after I get done getting all these corners lined out here, I'm gonna walk around before I put the poles in, and I'm just gonna try and eyeball it and make sure it's about as square as I can get it. And notice again, I'm not pulling this end as tight as I can get it. It's just kind of, I pull it kind of snug and then I just let it relax. And what that does, if you pull it too tight, your walls are gonna be a lot shallower. But if you keep it kind of a little bit loose, it's gonna give you a steeper pitch angle, give you some steeper walls here. So last tent angle or tent stake, and I can tell that's pretty good, but I'm gonna put the stake in the ground here, and then I'm gonna have to adjust that stake over there and pull it up that way just a little bit here. I can tell it's not as square as I want it to be. So last stake, put that about right there. Just like that. And if you don't get it perfectly square, it's not a big deal. That's the nice thing about these line locks is you can come around afterwards and you can tighten some and loosen others as you need to kind of get the pitch right where you want it. Careful. Okay, so now I'm gonna walk around, I'm gonna unzip the door. Okay, got my poles here already pre-assembled. Now these are prototypes, so they're not the right color, but I like to keep, you can put your adjusters kind of anywhere you want in the pole. I kind of like to keep them right about head height, and then you want to start with them. This is your adjustable piece right here. You want to start with them kind of about midway. I'm going to put just one more notch down here, so that way I can move this up a little bit further. Do the other one to the same height. Now they're same. Take them both in here. And you have 2 cones. Just gonna put this, line the top up here. Set that there. Do the other one. Okay, now I'm gonna take a look at the tent before I push those up a little bit. Just kind of look around at the tent, see how it's looking. See if you've got it pretty square, your sides are gonna be flat. And if they're not flat, that means you didn't get it as square as you want. That's pretty good. You can tell it's a nice flat angle right there. So that means I've got it pretty dang square. So now I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna push these up. Let me show you. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm gonna push these up a couple notches. It's hard to keep the fabric out of the way for you guys here. One more notch. And now you want these pretty snug, so you can see I've got 2 spaces left on this side, so I'm just gonna match that on the other side here. There we go. Okay, now I'm gonna zip this up. Now you wanna do the way in which you wanna stake this out. You do wanna do the doors first, so I'm gonna do one door and then I'm gonna do the other door. You wanna do opposing sides first before you start doing all these extra guy out points. So again, I'm gonna pull just about even. Snug, but not super tight. You'll be able to kind of pull these line locks here afterwards. Walk around to this side. Pull that out. Okay, now I'm gonna go to my long end here. I'm gonna pull this end out, making sure all these line locks are the same distance. Other side. Okay. Nice and snug. Okay, now at this point in time, I'm just gonna walk around the perimeter and do all the remaining guy out points just to get it nice and snug and well pitched here. But at this point in time, actually, if any of my corners looked off, this would be the time in which you would adjust them. So if this corner was bowed in a little bit and this one over here was too tight, what I would do is release a little bit of tension with the line lock on that corner, and I would pull this one a little tighter, and that'll shift your pitch just to get it nice and perfect. But I think I actually got this pretty dang good the first time here, so I don't really think I need to make any adjustments. And this should go pretty fast here. Da-da-da. And the reason I've got some of these, I've got it pitched a little taller right now, is because we've got this skirt along the bottom here, which helps create a barrier with the ground, but I do want a little bit of airflow because it's a little warmer out right now. Springtime hunting and all. And I'm trying to get that tension on these guy out points so it's pulling straight off the seam there. It's gonna give you your best pitch. And there's a lot of guy out points on this tent, which is really nice because a tent this big is it's going to catch some wind if it gets windy out. So it's nice to have those all these guy out points to just really secure it down. Just a few more left. Okay. And that's all there is to it. For more information on the Yukon 8P, you can go to our website at argalioutdoors.com.